Welcome back to another episode of POV Reviews. Today we have a 2022 Mazda CX-30. This is the all-wheel drive version with the Skyactiv G Turbo. Let's grab the spec sheet. Just look at this white interior with brown. I really like this combo, but let's talk about this model really quick. 227 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, 18-inch alloy wheels, painted gloss black, looks really nice. LED headlights, daytime running lights, tail lights. It does have a power lift rear hatch, so it goes up automatically with a push of a button. This is the deep crystal blue mica color with the white brown interior. And this has kind of a rugged look with our black plastic cladding. This almost looks like a lifted Mazda 3, and I actually really like how it drives behind the wheel. I'm excited to share that with you today. Let's pop under the hood really quick. If you're in the market for one of these, you're going to want to know a little bit about it. But this paint right here has some flake in it. It looks really nice. Kind of looks like a really dark blue in the shadows, but then in sunlight it has a lot of sparkle to it. 4-cylinder turbo. Right back here is a turbo. All you need to know, very reliable engine. They put these things in everything. Got your computer for the car right here that tells it what to do. The intake, battery, everything's easy to get to, easy to maintain if you ever had to work on it later in life. Got the nice, huge, smooth Mazda logo up here. You got the camera up front. You got the proximity sensors here. Nice big look for the front grille on this car for the Mazda lineup. I love the front end on the new Mazdas. Then you have your LED headlights, but we don't have a fog light. We just have a daytime running light that's amber with a turn signal in that as well. And if you look at this huge hole right here, that's for the heads-up display when you're driving. It has a miles per hour. As far as the back seat goes, we have a little bit of space. I have my seat set up for a 6'1" driver myself, and this is how much a 6'1" person has legroom wise. If I put my legs like this, it's a little bit more comfortable. So it's not the biggest back seat, but it definitely works, and I really like this white. I can't get over it. Cup holders here, that's nice. You got your vents there. Get some air in the back. Sunroof up there. This is a really cool car. So if you don't plan on having someone in the back seat very often, you should be all right. Don't want this to hit my garage door, so I'm gonna kind of hold it. See if it, okay, it didn't hit anything. 20 cubic feet of space in the back. I'd say this is a quite a bit bigger feeling, at least, than the Mazda 3. And then you can have this, push this button right here and push those seats forward. They'll lay flat and you'll get double the space in the car. So if you're a musician, you need to carry stuff around, bunch of space, whether it's groceries, whatever it may be, plenty of room. You should be excited about this car because it has 310 pound-feet of torque, and it feels very fast on the road for a car that looks like this. And it's a pleasure behind the wheel. This is what the key looks like. Mazda logo, just flat black on the back side, all your buttons on the side. That's what the chime sounds like. We can go ahead and hop in and go for a drive. Let's talk about the interior. Push to start. Piano black, all your controls right here, the big dial. This, you can grab the button under here, slide it back. It can chill like this. You can stick your phone here. You can also pull it up. You have 2 USB ports and a 12 volt for any plug you may need. Really comfortable seating position. Something nice about this interior is everything is really soft to the touch. You can almost press in the dash as well. So when your elbows are resting, things are comfortable. Hands on the wheel, steering wheel is soft. Love that. The gauges, miles per hour, speedometer in the center is digital, analog, tachometer, and analog, coolant temperature, and gas gauge. And then on the side of the speedometer, you have the digital miles per gallon average, and then how many miles until empty. As you can see, you have a really high quality rear view camera, 360 view. That is the one thing about this car that's really nice, is the quality in the screens. The other thing too is that you have the frameless rear view mirror. I love that so much. We have our sunroof right here, which we'll go ahead and leave open to get as much light in as possible. LED dome lights as well. Button to press all of them open. Then this is your slider. You have your pillars and your roof that lighter gray color, so it feels a little bit bigger in here. So that's the mindset with the designers in the factory to make these cars. So you have your presets for the seats. You have your proximity sensor for parking. You can turn on and off. You can press the camera button at any time. You almost have an off-road mode, a traction on mode for kind of rock crawling. And then you have your sensors off for the whole entire car. You have your toggle switches on the steering wheel. for the volume, skipping forward, your info call button, and you have your lane assist and your cruise control, radar cruise control, so it adjusts with the speed of the car in front of you. Auto climate control, heated steering wheel for any of you out there who have cold winters, parking brake here, little sport mode button click here. It says sport up here now. Go ahead, turn it off. Then we have our start button for our favorites. This does have the Bose system, and it does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And I'm gonna go grab a cable here in a second, and we'll go hit the road. And we're off. One thing I hate is that this does not have wireless Apple CarPlay. So I hooked up my USB cable in the center console, pop that in, and we'll have our Apple CarPlay. It's really nice that your vision with this screen is only going from looking forward to here, not from here to down there. So that's one thing I like about this kind of BMW style screen with the same controller down below in the center. Also BMW style. It is something that you're gonna like. The feel of the steering wheel, kind of luxurious. The view of the dash, you can kind of push on it and it presses in. It's just nice materials everywhere. Your elbows are comfortable like we talked about earlier. Good position, and just a simple car that is very luxurious for the price. Don't take for granted the frameless rear view mirror. Really enjoy that. And then we have our sunroof that we can open if we want to. And these seats are just really comfortable. Dig it. Another thing is that this 2.5 liter turbo is in most of the Mazda lineup in this size of vehicle, and I really like the sound of it. It downshifts very quick, but upshifts not very fast. It has MX-5-ish sounds. I'll throw it in neutral. Turn the AC up so it's a little quieter. Get a little idea of what it's like to drive with this little S-turn up here. A lot of torque, gets on the gas hard. I like it a lot. Just be careful of the spiker. Slow down. Take the outside lane. We are going right up here. This is a very fun car to drive. It feels like a Mazda 3 a lot with a little extra body roll. Very comfortable ride. You got your display up here. I don't even know. Heads up display I think is the right term. You can take this corner around it. Grip's good. All-wheel drive. Puts the power down. The one thing that I don't like is that it has the red on the speedometer of all the Mazdas to tell you how much over the speed limit you're going. Not a fan of that. Something to also keep in mind is listen to the bumps. It's very quiet, nice and plush. When you're going car shopping, pay attention to the road noise and what it sounds like when you hit bumps, and think about 100,000 miles from now, 50,000 miles from now, 30,000 miles from now. It's gonna get a little bit louder, a little bit cheaper feeling, but the Mazda has that engineering that I believe with their suspension and stuff that is going to last very long, and it's going to stay quiet for a lot longer than the others in the competition based off the materials they use and suspension that they built and everything for this car. It has a luxurious feel, and that is one thing that you probably won't think about when you're shopping because you're so obsessed with one feature or the other. Next thing you know, 20,000 miles later, it's kind of like a Kia and you're hitting bumps and it sounds just gross, and you're gonna say, I hate this car, it feels like a piece of crap. But it's something you could have picked on up earlier because it's always kind of sounded like a piece of crap. It just got exponentially worse over time, so keep that in mind when you're shopping. We do have the Bose sound system in here, which we'll give that a test here in a few with the Epidemic Sound copyright free music that we can use. So I'll show you that and give you a little taste of what it sounds like through your headphones if you want to plug them in, or speakers for your car. You can hear the chime of the blinker. Then it fades in and out. It's not like flashing. It's kind of a nice little touch. Something I just can't get over is that the brown and white interior is super refreshing. It's just a nice look. The brown leather up here against the white seats. It makes the car feel a little bit brighter in here with the white seats. And then the brown, it just reminds you, hey, this is a brand new car that has kind of a fresh look. And it's really nice. Let's go ahead and pull that Epidemic and give it a little sound test right now. You can see the blue color looks really nice in the sun. But let's talk about who this car is for and who it's not for. So I believe this car is not for people who have adults in the back seat regularly or kids above the age of 5 regularly. You're gonna run out of room. Maybe wish you could gotten a bigger version of a Mazda, maybe a CX-5, CX-50. You're gonna have a little more room, and I think that you will like it. But who I think this car is for is someone who likes to zip around town, who doesn't necessarily carry people in the back or has little kids that fit rather easy back there. But you know, you need a back seat, you need some space in the trunk. Maybe you're a musician or something like that, or you just have a lot of groceries and such that you want to carry around. And you're not really someone who likes to have like big things. You want to keep things minimalistic as possible, but you need all the amenities of a bigger car, and you want something luxurious but that doesn't break the bank. This is the car for you. And you want something that has a nice plush interior that's quiet, drives nice, and it's just a fun car to drive. It has a good sound, exhaust note, has Apple CarPlay, all the above. This is the car for you. So if you're in the market for a compact crossover and you like the luxurious side of things and you don't necessarily need anything huge, this is a great option. So happy car shopping. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to check out a video of us reviewing a Mazda 3, this is a very good option if you want to go even smaller and a little bit quicker.